Coming up, we have an inside look at politics on campus. I'm Lizzie Arehart.
And I'm Jonathan Laansma, and Eagle 7 News starts right now.
Now, from the Mel Johnson Studios at the University of Northwestern, this is Eagle 7 News.
As the primary election approaches, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are fighting for votes. This week, Ashley Chapetta caught up with the leaders of the Democratic and Republican groups here on campus.
Political debates are pretty tense all across America, but nowhere is it more present than in Knutson 211.
Well, my name is Cole Berkman.
I'm Nick Solheim.
I'm the president of the College Democrats.
And I'm the chairman of College Republicans.
My buddy Nick here, my roommate, is the College Republican chair. We get along.
We're not looking to beat each other up or to have different ideas that are so much better than the other. Our ultimate goal is to make sure Americans in the future have better lives.
So we knew each other well before we were the heads of the two parties here on campus. We could even say we were each other's first friends before we came here. The biggest conflict would be, I don't know, I really can't think of anything other than he doesn't do his dishes as often as he should.
No, in all honesty, it's so far it's been great living with Cole.
It's usually a pretty intelligent discussion between the two of us because we respect where each other, we respect where we're coming from.
One side winning might mean that one of us might lord over the other a little more than usual.
But it's always fun, we live together just fine, even though, we have posters in our room of Republicans and Democrats and vote Democrat Republican. Because Jesus rode a donkey.
Really? You had to get that in there?
For Eagle 7, I'm Ashley Chapetta.
It seems like our presidential candidates could take some notes on polite political discourse from the guys in room 211.
Yeah, it does, Lizzie. And while we're talking about controversial issues, Black Lives Matter is probably the most talked about subject this year. Racial tension remains in several cities across the country in light of recent incidents of officer-involved shootings. Earlier this week in Tulsa, Terrence Crutcher, a black male, was shot by a female police officer. Police said they were responding to a call of a vehicle abandoned in the middle of the roadway. The incident has led to several protests. Even here at UNW, a group of students painted the campus rock with the words Black Lives Matter to express their feelings towards the issue. But later that night, students painted over the word black and replaced it with all. Stay with Eagle 7 News in the coming weeks as we will sit down with the students and staff regarding racial tension and reconciliation. Sydney, what's the weather looking like?
Thanks, Jonathan. Well, we got a lot of rain here on campus this past few days, and it's looking like we could get a little bit more. Hopefully it'll hold off for our homecoming game on Saturday. But as we move into the week a little bit, it should warm up and become a nice partly cloudy day for the majority of the week. Enjoy those 60-degree days and make sure you get outside. Mark, what are sports this week?
Thanks, Sydney. The UNW volleyball team is one of the most talked about sports teams on campus. But this week, Brennan Scarborough got a story that extends beyond the court.
The UNW volleyball team has always been known to have success on the court, but it's what's happening off the court that might surprise you.
Something that's really cool is I have the opportunity to kind of be that leader on the sidelines.
This year's senior captain Kylie Thiner has found herself on the other side of the sideline, but is still able to show her teammates what UNW volleyball is all about.
Turning to scripture and praying about it and being okay with my role and just pouring into other people on the team is something that's really helped me through what my team needs from me. Just yelling encouragement for the people on the sidelines to yell back, and we have a bunch of cheers that we've come up with, which is really cool. So really just kind of bringing up the energy and joy on the sidelines in order for it to pour onto the players that are on the court.
Kylie's really good at the relationships and is really just pours into all the people on the team. Everyone feels included around Kylie.
She's very intentional about the high fives and telling you, great job, you did great, you're kicking butt, keep it up.
Kylie Thiner is still able to make a noticeable difference even when she's not on the court.
I really love to play, don't get me wrong, but I love being on the sidelines with Kylie because it's not about being on the sidelines and playing with Kylie. It's about being a team and being together. And sidelines can be so much fun, and part of that is really because of Kylie.
It's really cool being in a program that really is Christ-centered, and our main goal as a team is to bring the love of Christ and show the love of Christ to people that we're playing. We are a really competitive program, but also really dive deep in our devotion time as a team on what really is our ultimate goal on and off the court.
For Eagle 7 News, this is Brennan Scarborough.
The Eagles take on neighborhood rival Bethel at 5:30 tonight. This week, men's and women's soccer teams took on MIAC opponents. The women's team had a tough outing against Bethel on Tuesday, losing 4-0, while the men's team was able to get their first win this season against Augsburg, coming out on top 2-0. The men's and women's teams both play Martin Luther on Saturday in a homecoming battle. Meanwhile, the men's football team was able to post their third consecutive shutout last week, beating the University of Minnesota Morris 17-0 on Football Frenzy Night. The Eagles will also take on Martin Luther tomorrow at 1 p.m. to highlight homecoming festivities. Also, congratulations to Eagles kicker Ben Lyons on grabbing the Special Teams Player of the Week award. Keep up the good work. That's it for sports this week. Back to you, John.
Thanks, Mark. If you're not attending the volleyball game tonight, head over behind the Student Center for the annual Force Fiesta. The event celebrates the Hispanic culture. It will include Spanish music, Spanish games, Spanish food, and even a piñata. Our own Vanshay Murdock talked with Andrea Magana, the Vice President of Publicity and Marketing, to find out why the Force Fiesta is the place to be tonight.
We're celebrating the Hispanic culture and the Hispanic heritage, so we're going to be playing a lot of like Spanish music. We're going to be playing a few like Spanish games. There's going to be a piñata. It's just a chance for students to kind of like open up to a different culture that maybe they wouldn't have had the chance to experience or see anywhere else.
The event is free to all and will be located behind the Robertson Student Center from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. tonight.
This weekend is not one to go home. There's the Force Fiesta and volleyball tonight, and it's homecoming weekend, so there's a lot to look forward to.
And that's all the news we have this week. Enjoy your weekend, and thanks for tuning in. I'm Jonathan Laansma.
And I'm Lizzie Arehart. Stay fly, Eagles.